So quite a great week. Not bad. You know, I'd like to say this is the start. We still have a good way to go. But ultimately, this is a lot of green bubbles. Guys, I missed my flight this morning. So that's why I'm still in Johannesburg as we speak. I am flying again in the next 2 to 3 hours. But guys, so far things are looking good. We've had a few, really good performing coins. And it's very clear right now what we can start to see. We could definitely see that it was obviously a Bitcoin time at the beginning of the year. Definitely saw that Ethereum came to life. And when Ethereum came to life, started to help us bring the dominance down. Now, after that, we started to get the major alts. So you got big movers like Solana. You have big movers like AVAX. You have Cardano starting to wake up. You have Phantom starting to wake up as we speak. You got Atom, and there's many more, guys. So what I'm looking at now is we have the total 3 right on the edge. Like, it's literally that far until the big gap. And for me, it's like, what's next? We've nailed the entries, guys. We've gotten incredible entries when it came to the major alts. Now it's about what happens next after this and how do we catch it? And how long does this last? I think that's one of the big questions too. If everything just speeds up, things don't just do 100% all the time and just continue to do it. How long is this rally actually going to last? So in the show, I'm going to be giving you guys my top 3 trades that I'm taking next. I'm currently taking them live as we speak. And what I'm thinking next, we have a small Bitcoin pullback as we speak at the moment. This is a support test zone that we haven't tested since we broke the areas. But obviously, what's very important is us looking at this big chart over here and to ask the question that this is right now, as it stands, it's a big reversal in the Bitcoin dominance. This is why we get an altcoin explosion. And if we have a look over here, I've explained gaps to you guys. If we lose this low over here, the next point is 44%. But the big question we've got to ask ourselves is this a retracement to 44 and then a push up again for another Bitcoin high? Or is this alt season where literally this dominance falls all the way down to the 40% as it has many times before? Guys, I'm excited. Happy Monday to you all. No more wasting time. Josh, let's hit the show, brother.
Click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click. Enter the sniper.
Yo, Enter fam, what's happening? Hope you have a fantastic Monday. I'm still stuck in Johannesburg at the moment. I will be flying in the next 2 hours, so I did miss the flight this morning. That's why I'm still in this place over here at the moment, and that's why technical difficulties. I'm here alone today. Usually I have people help me set up the cameras and the sound and stuff, so it did take me a little bit later. If you're brand new to the channel, smash the subscribe button, smash the like button. Remember to join Sniper School. We're on fire at the moment. I see our live sessions are growing a lot. We had over 7,000 views on the last session on Friday. We've been absolutely creaming it. We're doing really well. And at the moment, I think the one account, I went from $400. It's around $2,600 now. And the second account from $400 is around $2,000 now. And we're trading this, guys. It's not about just the trades and the making cash. It's actually having a 2-hour call every day that you can jump on and have a community. The way you join Sniper School, 3 basic steps you'll see below in the description is you'll open an exchange account with one of the Sniper School links. You have Bybit, you have BitGet, and you have OKX, as well as Maxi. And another thing on OKX, guys, we are giving away, I think it's the Man City tickets this week. If you open an OKX account, we are giving away, I think every trade you take is a ticket for you to win. We're giving a Man City. And then next week, it's a Maldives holiday. So that's a big one. But guys, once you open one of the exchange accounts, put $100 in, you trade with that in the actual course and put your user ID and you come join Sniper School. So that's a big one, guys. We're enjoying it. And remember, straight after this call, we have the live session. Now, let's speak about the big movers. Now, guys, I actually gave this trade to you guys last week, which was Render. You know, who got it? Pop in the comments if you got this trade. This was a absolute machine trade. Here we go. Render attempting the highs yet again. It was one of the biggest movers when it came to January. And if you have a look right now, we have Render absolutely ripping. That was our entry, guys. If we got the entry last week, 45% trade over there. So that's an absolute huge one. So well done to those who got that one. Then what we have next is we do have, where's that good old coin? The DogeCoin. Where's Doge? Where's Doge? Let's find Doge. I see Doge is coming to life. It's over. Doge is definitely waking up now. We do know there's news coming out. We'll soon find out what it is. I think it's some big payment system sort of thing that would happen with Twitter. But what we do have with Doge was we had the little fake pump. And the reason why it's a fake pump was, you know, Elon tweeted. He obviously, well, not tweeted, he changed the logo of Twitter to the dog and ultimately created a fake pump. And that's why you never buy fake pumps, because it always comes back down, fills the gap, and then continues. So whenever you do see a coin that basically, you know, has a huge push like this on any time frame, it always comes back. So you can see this previous pump that happened in October with Doge. Look how price came all the way back a few months later to come fill that. So whenever you want a coin and you see a coin that's really ripping and doing well, as soon as you see it, the price just goes too fast like this. Just be patient and put your buy orders straight where it started, because it comes all the way back and it fills it. The way you want to see crypto grow is sort of how we've been seeing Bitcoin grow this year, is where you basically make your way up. You make your way up, you form a flag, you consolidate, you make your way up, you form a flag. And that's how you want to see crypto move. You want it to move in these levels. As soon as you see any coin just go like this, it's very likely it's going to come straight back to where it started again, and basically fill that and then continue. So just a nice little trick for you guys. But right now we do have Doge also waking up. Now the big movers, Injective, huge. That's been moving. I know Run's saying he thinks around $20 a token. Way too late to buy right now. I'm here to keep those emotions strong for you guys. But obviously, we gave brilliant entries on that token way back. So it's definitely doing incredibly well. Anyone that bought that major portfolio, and I'm going to be going through that portfolio today as well, you should be creaming it. I saw some guys that there's someone that bought, I think it was 9 or 10 Bitcoin. That's up 2 or 3 Bitcoin now just by buying that portfolio. And that's what we're in. Guys, what are we in right now? Altseason's fun, right? Market's moving, it's great, everything's fine. Ultimately, we are in coins that are outperforming Bitcoin, so we can make Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's the only reason we are in altcoins. They're outperforming, and we're building more of the big daddy asset. That's how it works. If you guys are not more convinced about Bitcoin's strength when the whole world's been falling, and look how much safety and how people have been running to Bitcoin, like, you should be seriously convinced that it's here to stay and it's a big part of your savings. And that's why we are trading altcoins, to ultimately make a lot more of them. So let's quickly go through. So many big movers. Let's quickly have a look at what's happening. So if we look at Bitcoin, just quick analysis on here. We are starting a small little pullback. Now we have 2 major supports. Why I don't mind this pullback is because dominance is still very weak and still coming down incredibly hard at the moment. So it's very clear right now that we've gone out of the phase of only Bitcoin and even only ETH, and altcoins are just holding tremendous amounts of strength. We had a dump off on Friday, small dump off on Friday. You know, AVAX, Solana, all of them made higher highs. So we can clearly see right now that money is with altcoins, and we do have strength within the altcoins too. So all that we want to see is just make sure that Bitcoin holds the critical levels so that dominance continues to be weak. That's the main thing. And what we can see over here is you have 2 major supports. So firstly, we have the 4-hour RSI getting to the bottom. But what we do have is this little support here, which is basically the 29,700. If we hold that now, which I think we should, I expect a bounce here. And what I'm expecting, I actually did a tweet this morning, guys. And this is what I'm sort of expecting from the market, is I'm looking at basically Bitcoin to range, dominance to continue to weaken, Ethereum continuing to pump, and total 3 altcoin explosion. That's sort of the steps that I'm seeing now. I don't see any huge moves from Bitcoin, but what I do basically see it doing is ranging. Now, we just got to figure out what is the range. Either the range is between the 29,600 and basically the 31.5 level. So basically, these little 2 columns over here is where Bitcoin will range for a little while, okay? Or it's slightly bigger, where the range will be this area over here, It will be the areas of the 29,000 and all the way up to the 31,000. But basically what I'm seeing from Bitcoin is this ranging Bitcoin, just a slow down Bitcoin. And reason why I'm saying that is because we're quite far from the original momentum that Bitcoin was in. And why I'm saying I think it slows down right now is we're going to slowly make our way towards that line. And then it's going to come to a big decision point. Now, guys, we are loving the fun right now. We are. But I still think May can be a really bad month for crypto. I really, really do. So if my theory plays out, I'm basically looking at Bitcoin slowing down, and I'm not thinking much higher for Bitcoin right now. Unless we break the high, but for now, I'm not thinking much higher just yet. I'm thinking the slowdown, and I'm thinking that we start to have a serious drop in dominance and a serious altcoin pump. And then, yes, alt season, but this alt season may only be the next 3 weeks, and I'm sticking to this for now. 2 to 3 weeks is how long I think this pump lasts right now. I think we're about to see a lot of altcoins be unlocked. I think FOMO is about to come in. Retail is about to enter the market. We're about to see these huge explosions come all over the place. And that's how I know for this temporary run right now, I think we're getting near to the point where it's about to speed up so fast. It is time for us to look after ourselves in those areas and then wait for a few weeks down. And the reason why I am saying that, and I'll go through it shortly, is firstly the big indicator, and we can't ignore it. As much as I want to ignore it, as much as my ego is saying, don't ignore it. And you guys know I'm bullish. I'm definitely bullish. But when I have a RSI on the weekly here on the top, especially when it does a double top in RSI, I need to know that this little simple rally right now, it is coming to a temporary end. And if you look at the last time, there was the first one. Then we had the second one. So 1, 2. And what did that end up doing? We ended up having that thing. So I'm just saying that we get into a point now where we are shifting, but we do need to pay very much attention that this may only last a week or two. I would say 2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks is where I'm saying. Yes, I have a few things that can change it, but for now, 2 to 3 weeks. And for now, let's stick to that. And then let's see where it goes from there. It's going to teach us not to be over greedy. It's also going to teach us just to be smart and to make sure we bank all these profits that we are currently making within the market. So let's jump in. So Bitcoin at the moment, as I said, we've got 2 supports. We have the first one sitting right where we are right now, which is more or less the 29,700. And then we got the original support at 29, which I think we can go test at any single point. Now, let's quickly speak about dominance. This is very much on its way down at the moment. I'm expecting a small bounce from dominance, definitely. And it's probably going to happen on the Bitcoin bounce now. So as you could see, that things have shifted. Now, you need to get used to this. Last week, the way it worked is because Bitcoin was going so powerful, dominance was going up when Bitcoin was pumping. And then whenever Bitcoin pulled back, dominance came down and the altcoins were looking strong. Now it's just changed, guys. You need to just change your mind now. It's changed. So what it basically means is when Bitcoin bounces now, when Bitcoin's going up, dominance is coming down. And when Bitcoin's coming down, dominance is going up. Because your altcoins are your bigger ones now, which means they're going to do 50, 80%, 100% pumps. And they're going to do 20, 30% dumps. And that's why it's very important to time the market and to get those right entries. Because if you catch it too late or anything like that, dominance is no longer in the alt's favor when the market comes down. And that's why you can see that Bitcoin currently is having a little correction. And you can see now all of a sudden we're getting 3, 4, 5% pullbacks within the altcoins. So just put it in your mind that it's now shifted and it's now reversed. But the way I see basically dominance and the way I see this going is this has reversed for me. On the high time frame, it's definitely reversed. I'm thinking a small little bounce here to get Bitcoin to bounce. And then I am thinking a flush. Now, we have 2 scenarios. The first scenario is we come all the way down to 44. 44, it's a nice run. It is really, really, really good, similar to the run that we had in January. And that's basically at 2,400, like I said, $2,400 ETH, Solana, $40, these sort of things. And I'll go through that now shortly, the actual levels on the coins. Then we have the second scenario where this goes all the way down and do what it's done many times before, where literally we have the altcoins, we literally have a season. And this season can last up to 3 months where money just gets flown into altcoins. Now, if I must be honest, I'm very much leaning towards the first option, which is this one over here. I don't think Bitcoin's high enough, in my opinion, for that one. And what I would actually like to see is I'd actually like to see that this builds its way down very quickly. I think it's going to be fast, guys. Very similar to the way it happened the previous time, where dominance went up for so long. Look how quickly it fell. It literally fell in the matter of 2 weeks. We had this dominance come down huge amounts. I think we're doing that very similar again. And then what I think happens is we do have another Bitcoin pump. And that Bitcoin pump for me can take it to the higher levels of the mid 30s, maybe even close to the 40s. And then we come all the way down and we send, we absolutely send the altcoins. So for now, let's play off scenario 1. And that comes down to the 44% area. And all the coins that I've given you guys today, I've worked on this scenario as the TPs for now until we could see what changes or anything that happens there. Now, the last thing I want to show you is this is what we've been waiting for. Total 3 is outperforming total 2 and outperforming total 1. This is huge for us, guys. As DJs, people that loves to make money on altcoins, make money, think this is massive for us. This is what we've been waiting for. Now, what we're waiting for and why we're seeing a little bit of red today is we literally have this total 3 sitting on the last line of resistance. And as you can see, it's done incredibly well of getting up there over the last few days, creeping up. And we officially broke the first one. Now we have one more, guys. One more little wick, which is not too far away. I think let's have a look at the percentage. Looking at around 2 to 3% away. When it's through that, guys, now all of a sudden we erupt. And we start to see a huge acceleration in many coins. And I'll probably say a lot of altcoins as a whole starts to actually take off and starts to rip. So last week I told you guys, and I told you guys on Friday, expect a dump or something over the weekend. We did get a dump on Friday. I hope you loaded up on your major alts. That's what I said on Friday. Next up, buy major alts, get your total 2 coins. Okay, amazing. Now I'm saying total 3. Now it's time to get your total 3 coins on this dip because total 3 is what comes next. After we break through here, we have 2 options. We have the first option, which is the 15 to 20% pump as a whole of total 3. This will result in some coins doing 100%, some coins doing 60%. I'll probably say on an average of around 40%, 50% sort of thing from these smaller coins, right? Then we obviously, if I have to put that into context of what I just showed you with the dominance, we go to 44, 45%. If we decide to go all the way to 40, now all of a sudden you have a way higher. You have up to $200 billion entering the market, excluding Bitcoin, excluding Ethereum. Nonetheless, it is time for total 3 to explode, and it's time for total 3's time to come into play. Now, the last chart I want to show you before I jump into the alts is the USDT dominance. So like I said on Friday, I'm expecting a small bounce here from dominance and then a collapse. So same thing, small bounce within this and the Bitcoin dominance, and then a huge influx. And this is probably going to come on some news. So I don't know what it is, but I got a feeling, and chart-wise, there's going to be some sort of news that's going to come out that's going to really bring a lot of FOMO into crypto. I don't know what it is yet, but chart-wise, it's showing we're about to see a lot of acceleration of people running out of USDT and into the actual market. So we'll see how that goes. Stock market's holding. Dixie is running sideways. Amazing. So guys, I've given you guys that portfolio, that portfolio that we spoke about. So do you guys want your 3 coins first? Must I give 3 coins first? Must I give the 3 coins first? Sheldon's on fire. I'm actually quite tired today. I was up at 4 o'clock this morning to have my flight, and I was planning on sleeping on the plane. It didn't happen. So guys, let's go through a few of these quickly before I jump into the whole portfolio. So DYDX I gave you guys on Friday has now taken off. So what I'm starting to see is these DEXs are definitely a play right now, and the DEXs are looking hot. So I would look at a narrative of DEXs definitely, and look at decent, good market caps. Remember to categorize your tokens, but we can see DYDX is leading now, and this is starting to take off really quickly. The second token that I gave you guys last week as well, this is what I was saying, buy the portfolio. Remember when I gave you the portfolio, I said buy it and wait, because your coin's going to come. There goes COTI, guys. I've been telling you guys to buy COTI all the way here. You should be well above 30 or 25% up now. And COTI has been released now at the moment and looking really good. But let's actually go through the coins that I want to give you. So the first one that I've opened here is I've opened up to $65,000 on these 2 here. I've opened up a dot position on a very high time frame. This is a 5-minute chart. On a very high time frame is dot. So dot is the first one that I'm opening a huge position on this current pullback, and I'm adding more. I want that to be a $200,000 position on my dot. So if you have a look over here, what I'm seeing with dot is, for me, dot firstly accelerating really quick when the market turns bullish now. And for me, it's next in line that comes, okay? And what we're starting to get over here is we just touched the tip of this resistance. We're testing support now. And for me, the breakout comes next. Very similar to Chainlink. I'm sure a lot of you can see Chainlink's coming back to life. because training looked exactly the same as this. So where I'm looking at buying this now is around about on average the 6.5 to the 6.6 is where I'm buying it. And where I'm looking at this go next is $8 and $10 as the next resistance after that. So if you have not had DOT yet, and you've been waiting on DOT, this for me is the last. Like, I'm sure you can see AVAX now. We loved AVAX, right? But now we can't buy it anymore. It's too far. I'm sure we love Solana, right? It's too far. Like, now it's not time to buy it. I'm sure we love Phantom. It's too far. You know, these coins are gone. DOT for me is still one of the big ones. Then a coin that we had a lot of fun with in the beginning of the year. A lot of fun with this coin. And now it's currently retesting daily as we speak at the moment, which is GRT. I see this chart was removed. Let me quickly do a green box there for you. There we go. It's GRT, guys. So GRT is coming to life quickly. And end of the day, between 16 cents and 17 cents is my dollar costing zone for GRT. But this is one of the next ones which are waking up quick. And this coin moves very similar to how Render moves. I'm glad you got COTI. Well done, well done, well done. Guys, if you did get any of these tokens and you are in profits, please pop in the chat. And even pop in the comments after the actual YouTube. Let us know how you're doing. We want people to know. I want to know, so let us know. But what we have here is GRT, guys. So GRT for me basically was forming this flag. I spoke about this last week for you. And this is now in the buy zone, like I said, between the 16 and 17 cent mark on GRT. I see this chart was removed. But where are my two TPs on this token? My first TP is the top. So what I explained to you guys, remember what I explained to you about the coin comes down and fills it, right? So when you have the opposite, where it drops, coin also goes up to go full. So it's very likely that when a coin drops off, and I'll actually show you, for example, AVAX. So let me show you an example over here quickly. AVAX, and let's go to the smaller time frames. I want to show you here. There we go. Here's the perfect example, guys. You see this huge ass wick on the 1 hour. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. So from here, it just had this random pump, like just out of nowhere on the hour, it just pumped, okay? And when you see something pump like this and form this wick and it gets sold off completely, doesn't matter if it's the up or the downside, price always likes to go after and fill the whole position. So you have this huge wick over here, price always goes back and fills it. And it's the same way that it works to the downside if you have a huge wick to the downside. If you had to see Bitcoin trending and it's basically trending like this and it has this huge wick down and then gets bought up quickly like this, you'll see very much likely after it will come back down. And you saw it. I think you guys saw it last week when it came to the actual numbers or the CPI. Remember CPI? We had the dump off, we bought up really quick, and then we came all the way back down and we filled it. So it's the same thing when I see GRT. When I see GRT on the higher levels, that's why for my first target, it is that top range. So let me jump back in here on GRT. It is the top of that actual wick. So I have my two areas where it comes. My first one is here, is between 22 and 24 cents. And if you look at percentage-wise now, so guys, 45% from GRT, yes, we have a possibility of the dominance breaking that area and going to the next zones. If so, I'm then looking at 30 to the 40 cent mark, which is high. Now you're looking at 150, 200%. But for now, it's here, and it's in buy zone today for me, is GRT. COTI, I'm up 34% profit. Incredible, incredible, incredible. So we have DOT, we have GRT. Let's have a look at the next ones. So just having a look. Let's speak about Chainlink actually for a second. Let me just get here, guys. Okay, let's actually go through this quickly. Then we can get through all the tokens, and I'll give you all the buys that I still think are available for buys now. Anyone that got Cardano, you're holding strong. Cardano, I still think goes to 50 to 55 cents. Okay, so right now the only buy areas are this box over here. Cardano's gone. Remember, many of the tokens I said they grow gradually here. As soon as they're out there, they should start moving. So Cardano's gone. I would only be buying around 40 cents. Other than that, hold strong, guys. I still see it going up to 55 cents as my first target, okay? Next one I have is AVAX. Now, you might get an entry, guys, for AVAX. And that AVAX entry will be between 19 and 20 bucks. But I'm seeing AVAX from here crack this high, and I'm seeing up to $32, if not $42 as my next targets on AVAX. So those who got the AVAX entries, any stop losses around $17, $18 is perfect. But AVAX is looking hot to Bitcoin and looking hot to USDT. Another one that's a buy for me on this dip, guys, is MATIC. So MATIC would still form under my medium risk. So a little bit higher part of your portfolio. You know, medium's just after Ethereum in your portfolio. So MATIC, for a little bit bigger percentages of your portfolio, I'm buying on this dip. And I'm buying between the 1.1 and basically the 1.16 sort of area. This green box over here on support trend above 200-day moving average, looking great. For me, comes next in the chain. And I'm looking at 1.6, if not 1.9 as the secondary target. So if you look at percentage-wise, when I'm looking from this trade, a lot of these are spot trades, guys. Join me after in the live event if you want leverage trades and those sort of things. For now, I'm giving spot on the main portfolio. So MATIC for me is still a buy. Chainlink, no longer a buy, but hold on tight. If there is any 7.5, 7.7, you're very lucky to get Chainlink there. But Chainlink for me has been unleashed. And where it goes from here is we have a high at the 8.4. After that, we have the 9.5. And I'm expecting us to break that because I've seen a huge accumulation here. And for the first time, we're actually holding the 200 MA. There's a lot of strength with Chainlink right now. And what it's showing me is once we're through here, there's some news coming too. We don't know just yet, but ultimately, we know the chart always tells us first. But what you do have is in the last year, Chainlink's been in this accumulating range. And once it's above the $9 to $10 mark, I'm seeing $15. So Chainlink for me, I'm very excited for. We all bought it many times in the last week or two, so be strong with that one. BNB, guys. So BNB, you still have a little bit of time to buy. So I'm just standing here quick. You still have a little bit of time to buy on this current pullback right now. So it broke out, higher high in play. BNB for me, like I said, it got attacked so much. Binance got attacked. I think they're going to hit a huge FU to the market, and it's going to rip. So BNB for me is anywhere between the areas of the 330 to the 340 area is where I'm loading up on it. Any stop losses around 320, so not huge stop losses. And I'm looking at a $420, if not a $530 BNB. So this is on the safer part of the portfolio. So I want to remind you, the way it works is I have a whole portfolio, 30% Bitcoin and ETH, 30% in my medium risk tokens. And those medium risk tokens, this is the list that I gave you guys. Cardano, AVAX, MATIC, Link, BNB. Then what we have after that is we have our high risk tokens. Okay, which is 20% of the portfolio. 20% of the portfolio, not this one over here. Amazing. High risk tokens. Let me just get them here. There we go. Fantastic. Now this is Phantom. Those who got Phantom last week, you're creaming it. Phantom has now been unleashed. Phantom for me, any short-term traders on Phantom, I would take a little bit of profits at around 57 cents and around 64. Just on the short time frame. Those who bought great entries, hold on tight, because where ultimately I am seeing this go is the dollar. So I'm still expecting up to 100% move from Phantom. So Phantom's a big one. We then have Solana. Let's speak about Solana. Solana, hot, looking really hot. We obviously nailed the entry beautifully. It's for the first time in a very long time. It's above 200 MA and looking great at the moment. Remember, the nemesis of Solana is $26 to $27. That's the nemesis, the area where we've tried to fight. And reason being is it was support for so long. This was an area where it held. And then we had the big FTX crash. And once it's through there, $40 becomes available. So what I've been teaching you guys is reloading up in these areas over here to make sure that we're in before we can break the major zone. So give Solana a little bit of time, but to Bitcoin, it's looking strong. But once we're above the 26, 27, I'm seeing a huge acceleration. This gap, I just showed you guys when something goes too fast, how it goes and fills it. And that's exactly. So for me, my target at the moment is $40 for Solana on the next push up. Let's go through this quick. We have THORChain. So I still think you have some time to buy THORChain between 1.55 and 1.63 in that area. I would still get it. I'm looking at $2 as the target. So on this dip, I would buy THORChain. I definitely would add it to the portfolio. It's in the high risk column. $2 is my first target and $3 is my second target. Algorand, L1s are moving. So at any time, I think Algo is going to move too. So Algo in the zone. I've been buying this still from 27 cents, 26 cents, and I've been buying more. I actually bought more yesterday in spot. And anyway, now between the 21.50 and the 2.50 sort of mark is where I'm getting more. I'm still looking at a 30 cents and a 43 cents as my targets. So this, for me, I'm surprised that this never felt right now under the total 2. Right now, it's showing that it falls under the total 3. So when the total 3 moves, we should get that strong move. 𝗬𝗏, another big one. One of the only tokens that we still have at the bottom of the range, which means I'm expecting very big growth when it comes to 𝗬𝗏. And for me, again, between the 8.5 and the $9 is my sweet spot for 𝗬𝗏. My targets that I'm looking at is $13 to $14 and $17 to $18 as my target. I've given you guys DOT, which is my favorite right now. I'm in there strong. Let's speak about NEAR. So this is a big one, guys. I thought the breakout came out a while ago, but what I see now is the first time in an extremely long time we have NEAR above the 200 MA. We have NEAR outside of trend. And for me, again, anywhere between 2.1 and the 2.2, 2.25 is where I'm buying NEAR at the moment. I'm looking at $3 and $4 as my my TP targets as we go. Guys, I'm just giving these charts, and then I want to explain to you what I'm thinking this market does and how I'm trading it. Very important. You guys must not make a bunch of money and lose it all now. I want to just help you with that. No buys on XRP, but I do think you're going to get your 60 cents, and that's where I would sell XRP, a good portion of it. And the rest I'll probably run on a stop loss. This one, total 3, I've showed you guys again. $1 to the $1.10. Theta. You're not going to regret this coin when the markets go crazy. This is a total 3 coin though. So when total 3 finally breaks out, I'm expecting Theta to break out. I'm looking at 1.6 and 2.3 to 2.4 dollars as my target for Theta. I've given you guys AVAX already. And then we have a lot more of the highest risk tokens. 𝗁 looks good. These I'll all go through tomorrow, guys. COTI's already gone off. I don't want to go through the highest risk just yet, the crazy degen. When total 3 goes out, I'll go full degen for you guys, I promise. But for now, I'm looking strong. Now, what am I thinking, guys? I think May's bad. I think May's bad as it stands. Weekly RSI and Bitcoin's to the top, which means a big, not a big, but a longer sort of projected pullback is coming. Now, in order for us to have this pullback to start, we have to get the altcoins to be in a similar value of where Bitcoin is. You know, if you look at everything on the scale and where everything's at, Bitcoin's rampaged up. We need the altcoins to get there. So I think that when this total 3 happens, it happens really fast. And we're going to have a huge explosion of up to 50, 60, maybe even 100% from some altcoins. And then I do think we start 3 to 4 weeks of bearishness. And then from June, I think we start bullishness again, to be honest. So we want to take profits on this next pump up. We definitely want to take profits on this pump up. And we're either going to get into a lot of Bitcoin and some USDT. But guys, I'm making sure that I protect as much as I can, but I'm learning from the past. I feel that this is all going to happen extremely fast. In the next few days, you're not going to be able to get your entries. It's going to go wild. Make sure you get the tokens that you want now. Buy the good entries, fill your bags, get them loaded up, and let's focus on taking profits. That's the big one for me, guys. Have a fantastic day. I'll be back in the office tomorrow, back to normal. Remember to come join me in my live session straight after this. Much love to you all. Safe trade out there. And tomorrow we'll start the degen, the degen-ish, what do you call it? Have a fantastic day. Much love, 𝗵𝗲𝗏𝗏.